Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Donington Park. Today we're going to be testing this absolute beast, Ford Focus ST with Focus Cup racing. We got grandad here. He's coming out in the passenger seat. What are you looking forward to that?
Very much so. See you get on.
Oh my god, if I spin down this is going to be embarrassing. No, it'll be good fun. So yeah, let's do this boys, let's see how it goes. See you on track. So here we go then, getting strapped in for the first time in the Focus ST. Obviously got the grandad in the passenger seat. It's going to be interesting to say the least. It's the first time he's ever been out with me running passenger, and it's my first time out in ST on track, so no clue how it will go. But nevertheless, so as we make our way down the pit lane then, hopefully we can get some good laps in. It's quite a busy day today, as you can see, just holding my wristband up so the marshal can let us out on track. So yeah, like I was saying, it is quite a busy day today. So there was a lot of cars on track, and a lot of them were novices, so it was going to be quite a lot of traffic that we did have to navigate around. But nevertheless, so we did manage to get a good couple laps in with clean air, and as you can see here, getting nice clean air through the final chicane, run on to the start from the straight. Obviously this is the Donington Park national layout for this track day. So yeah, managing to catch down some of the Focus Z-Tech S's as well for Focus Cup, which is obviously the diesel class 2s. This is obviously the ST class 1 series. Nevertheless, so running up, catching another group of cars as we cut onto a couple more laps in, running through the chicane once again, and getting a couple more good corners where we got some free air. Unfortunately, we did run into a little bit of a problem just coming towards the end of the session, and this is what happened. Something's wrong. I'm gonna have to come in. You what?
You know there's something wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
And it felt like it was kicking back on the straight.
Oh, a bit of limp mode.
Yeah.
Right, 2 seconds.
So here's the car, boys. Just came in from the first session. Pretty decent. I'll show you the interior. Quite nice actually, to be fair. Here we go. H pattern, same old. Got the aim timer. Well, I liked it again, which is good. I've got a little horn. I'm not gonna press it though. But yeah, hopefully. So boys, we've been out for the first session. What do you think? Did you enjoy it?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it was good fun. A few issues, but we're getting it sorted now. So yeah, hopefully get some more good running in. I'll see you guys in a bit. So here we go for the second session then. Unfortunately, this one didn't last a whole long time. I think it only lasted like 3 or 4 laps, because unfortunately the issue did reoccur again. Luckily it did survive a couple laps to get a good few push laps in, and I got a little bit more clean air this time around, which I was pretty happy with. It did slowly start to rain a little bit, as well, it was spitting, it wasn't really raining, so the track was still pretty dry. There was a little couple slippery patches around, but it wasn't exactly wet. It did dry up a little bit though as the session went on. It did stop raining as the session went on, but nevertheless, so we managed to get a few decent laps in, like I said, 3 or 4 laps before the issue did reoccur once again. But it was pretty good that I got some clean air to really push the car a little bit more towards its limit, and obviously let my grandad experience what that is like. As we head on to probably my best lap, even though the issue did occur at the end of this lap, as we head in towards turn 1 then, as we brake at the last marker board, flicking it down to third, running it nice and tight there, just managing to hit the apex very nicely, which is very good, letting it run out nice and wide. Did get a tiny little bit of a crack of oversteer there midway through the corner, as we head down the corner curves then, flicking it down to 4th. The crane curves just around here, I did just lift off just a tiny little bit, not completely, just a little lift, and then back on again as we head in towards Old Hairpin, then flicking down a third, run as much curb in inside as possible, letting it run out nice and wide. No track limits there, which was very good because there is sensors there, as we all knew from my MX5 experience day. As we head up towards the next section then, and this is where the problem sadly did reoccur, flicking it down to third, and then unfortunately once again this happened. It's happened again! It's reduced the power!
Same again.
Yeah, same again. So I did forget to vlog the next bit, but thank you to the Focus Cup racing team. They did manage to work on the car over the lunch break and managed to get it running and figure out the issue. So this next session was just me going out quickly for 2 or 3 laps just to make sure that the car was working fine now. This one was on my own this time, so my grandad just did some of the recording around the track. So yeah, I'll let you enjoy this next part then, because a few interesting moments do happen. So I told the team I'll literally go out for 3, maybe 4 hot laps just to make sure the car's running fine and doesn't go into limp mode anymore. As you can see, heading down towards Craner Curves for literally the first lap then, and suddenly this interesting moment happens. I have no idea how I managed to hold that. Literally slow motion here, instant replay, full lock, slam on the accelerator because it's a front wheel drive car, managed to correct it somehow through old hairpin. Very lucky to say the least. Unfortunately for someone else, they didn't quite manage to pull that off, and literally my second lap they spun off and got stuck in the gravel and ended up red flagging the session. So as I didn't even complete a full lap, I decided to just go straight down the pit lane to the end of the pit lane and get ready to go out again when the session restarts. So now we'll do a quick little interview about how I found that little outlap then. So boys, yeah, bit of an interesting session that one. As you saw, old hairpin, almost had a little spin, but we just kept it, full opposite lock, slam on the accelerator. But yeah, touch wood, we can finally get some good laps in, but let's see how it goes. Let's do this, boys. So as you can see, during the red flag period, the heavens did open up and it did rain quite heavily. And as we're going on track, it is still raining. As you can see, the spray is very bad behind other cars. So yeah, it was going to be quite interesting, bearing in mind we were all in a train, as you can see, coming around turn 1 then, for the first lap. Luckily, this time, I think the team managed to fix the issue with the car, and we managed to get a good 3-4 laps in, which I was very happy with. Obviously in the rain you're not pushing it as hard as you do in the dry, so I'm not too sure if maybe it's because I wasn't pushing it as hard obviously in the wet, but nevertheless I still think I was pushing it pretty decently and letting it rev quite high, so maybe the issue was fixed, maybe not, but I guess that's what testing's for, just seeing what works and what doesn't and fixing out any problems that may occur. And as you can see, managed to get a couple laps in without any traffic, and also a couple laps obviously with traffic following cars, as you can see with the spray. Following down towards Craner Curves then, obviously catching a few more cars down Craner Curves. Craner Curves in the wet is very sketchy to say the least. As you see, have a little bit of action with the wheel there. Managing to keep it in a straight line though, which is very good. Old hairpin, I managed to be a bit more sensible around there, not slide around there like I did on the first lap. Managing to get around a Caterham very nicely there. I found everyone was a bit more respectful on track when the rain came down, so I was very happy with that. As you can see, obviously people letting people through a little bit easier and getting out of people's way, probably because of the spray, and obviously people don't want to damage their cars. I wasn't like that, I was just like, send it, let's just see what happens. So yeah, also it was good wet practice for me. Obviously I'm not 100% great and confident in the wet, so obviously getting some needed practice in the wet is always beneficial for me. As we're getting past a few more cars there, getting past one of the diesel Focuses there, down around the outside in towards turn 1, trying to take a bit of a wet line and try and experiment with lines around Donington Park, obviously in the wet, just seeing what works and what doesn't. Like I said, literally that is what testing is for. Imagine to catch up with a train of more cars as we get around the outside of BMW there, and then a Porsche Carrera I think that was there around the outside of Craner Curves, which was very sketchy and I probably shouldn't have done it, but nevertheless managed to hold it as we get a little bit of a moment in towards Craner once again on the wheel. After about 4 laps I decided to come in because I think the issue was solved by then, so I was quite happy with my track time and I was quite happy that the car was in a pretty decent condition. So as we head in towards the pits then, and that is the end of our test day then. Yeah, it was good. Better? Yeah. Oh, good. Whew. So guys, that's our day at Donington Park done. Yeah, it was a bit tricky at the beginning in the morning where we had a few problems, as you saw, but thank you to Simon and the rest of the Focus Cup team. Got the repair sorted, managed to get it all sorted, and we stopped going to limp mode, which is really good. I think it was a problem with the temperature where it kept getting too hot, which is a bit of a shame, but nevertheless we managed to get the problem sorted, managed to get a cool air intake in, and managed to get some good laps in at the end as you saw in the wet. So yeah, I think the Grandad enjoyed himself as well. He's just in the car, I think he's taking a quick power nap, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.